Now I'm standing in Vietnam and Cambodia border. I'm crossing the road by border. That is Cambodia, and this side is Vietnam. Um, so I'm traveling in this bus. I don't know, they're saying for Indians it is quite difficult to cross the border. But see, I have all the documents. Like I have e-visa approved. I have everything almost. Like I have the flight tickets to fly back from Cambodia. I have rooms booked, so I think that is sufficient. Still, let me see what's really gonna happen here. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am in Siam Reap, Cambodia today. So yesterday it was raining so much and I got the sore throat, so I'm having the ginger and lemon tea. So without that, bear with my sore throat and the voice, the noise outside. But I want to convey a couple of things because yesterday I traveled, via road. I crossed Vietnam border and Cambodia border via road. I started by 3 p.m. from Ho Chi Minh City, and then I reached to the border around 6:30, 7 o'clock. So it is not easy like for Indians, they have put me for extra examinations in Cambodian border. So once you're crossing the border, there is one immigration office which belongs to Vietnam and one immigration office which belongs to Cambodia. So I arrived in the first, Vietnam immigration office, where they have to, stamp your checkout date. And so when I arrived at the Vietnam border, they did not, agree to stamp on my passport for my checkout date. And then I had to go to the Cambodian immigration border, Cambodian immigration office in the Cambodian border. So at the immigration office, I've been interrogated a couple of times for what reason I'm coming. I said tourism, and how many days I am staying, and where exactly I'm visiting, and all those places. So they did not agree with me initially, and then I showed my e-visa. So it is easy. I mean, it is always possible to get the e-visa because they're creating problems for on-arrival visas right now since past 1 month. So in Vietnam itself, in Ho Chi Minh City, many people told me that don't go to the don't cross the border via road. At least fly to Cambodia if you have the e-visa, because they're creating the problems. A lot of people have come back from from the Cambodia border. So for me, I had my flight ticket from Phnom Penh to Thailand, which is booked on 4th of September. I had my stay, which is booked in Siam Reap, and I had my bus tickets, which is which shows that I'm going from Vietnam to Siam Reap, and I had the valid e-visa. So with all this, they questioned me a couple of times, and they exactly asked me, how, in which date to which date I'll be in Siam Reap, in which date to which date I'll be in Phnom Penh, why I did not book the hotel in Phnom Penh, and all those things. So they usually question a lot in border when I'm crossing, from Vietnam to Cambodia. So be careful of that, because whoever crossing the border, be ready with all the documentation with printout. So because it depends on immigration officers, some may not want to accept your e-visa in the cell phone. So better to take, before starting from Vietnam and crossing the border by road, better to take the printouts, because it may be even in the airport it is the same thing. So I would suggest you to take the printout of all the document which I mentioned. That is very important. And then after that, I again had to go back to the Vietnam border, which is like half a kilometer. And then my bus had to wait. In the Vietnam border, I had to get this checkout stamp, and then again come back to Cambodia border. Again in the border, they asked me for $10 to stamp. which is not valid, because I heard from many people. I knew that, I read in blogs, and I heard from many people that in Cambodia, immigration officers usually ask for extra money to stamp for the stamping. That's why I was ready to answer, like, I already paid for the stamping, and if you ask me to extra, I may have to shoot. Because I'm a vlogger, I just opened my camera, and it's something worked out well for me. They didn't force me to pay for much, because I already had a e-visa and all the documents ready in print out. So they did not ask me, or they did not had any option but to stamp my visa. They provided visa for 2 weeks, because I'm anyway staying here for 5 to 10 days, but they stamped my visa for 2 weeks until 12th September. But be careful while traveling to Cambodia, and have all the documentations ready, because they will do lot of interrogations for Indian citizens, especially because in the bus there was a lot of people who were from various countries. Nobody got interrogated like me. I'm the only person who got interrogated in the entire bus. So maybe there was like 25 to 30 members. Some are Cambodian citizens, some are Vietnamese, some from different countries, and Koreans. Nobody got interrogated. I'm the only person who got interrogated specifically for a lot of reasons, and they did not even my visa is, they're supposed to give for 1 month, and my visa is approved until November 22nd 2022, but they just gave me for 2 weeks, and they interrogated a lot, like minute details, like in which hostel or which hotel I'm staying, and from when to when I'm staying, why I did not yet book the hotel in Phnom Penh, why I just booked the flight ticket but not the hotel. So all these things they questioned pretty thoroughly. They interrogated pretty thoroughly. So be careful for be ready with all these things. That's what I suggest. And I'm sitting in this beautiful restaurant, and I'm eating the vegetarian food. Look at this. This is some coconut curry. They actually give it in the coconut, and I ordered rice separately. So this is the Cambodian menu. I arrived early in the morning, like it was a long journey. Yesterday I started at 3 p.m. and I arrived at Phnom Penh by 10:30 p.m. and immediately I had to transfer to another bus in the night, like 11 p.m. 11 to 11:30 I started from Phnom Penh and arrived in Siem Reap by 5 a.m. in the morning, and then I went to the hostel. My hostel was pretty close. It was within a kilometer of distance from the bus station where I've been dropped. So it was quite an easy travel by tuk-tuk. He asked me for $1.50. That was 6,000 Cambodian reals. I arrived in the hostel, I checked in, I slept, and I started my journey in the afternoon. But I just wanted to give these tips to travel to Cambodia in an immediate terms to each and every viewers of mine, because this is important. It was raining so much, and I got sore throat with the AC, and the rain outside was too cold yesterday. I never expected. After I came to Vietnam, it was too hot. Like if you see my I got sunburn in my skin everywhere. But since yesterday I arrived in Cambodia, weather is nice and cool. It is not at all hot. It is in fact very cold. I suffered in the bus. I asked for an extra blanket, and then today I'm seeing it was raining like until early morning, like 8 a.m. It's gonna rain again in the evening. It's cloudy out, and I think it is very good day for visiting Angkor Wat. I'll see you guys. Thank you. If you like my information and if you like my video, hit the bell icon and subscribe to my channel, Sanchari. Thank you so much for watching so far.